Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good day. Wherever you are, whenever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So guys, hello, it's been a minute. I've been gone for a couple of weeks, but now I am back. So let's just go ahead and get right into it, guys. Tomorrow, there is going to be a new moon in Cancer. So we're going to be talking about what we can expect from this new moon in Cancer. This is just going to be a guided collective message. So everybody get comfortable, get you a snack. I have a lot of oracle decks that we're going to go through to just step into this new moon in Cancer. And of course, since I'm back and it's been a minute, I'm going to be doing some private new moon readings. And you guys know I always do the private new moon readings. Anyway, these readings are going to be $30 as always. And we're going to be getting into how can you honor your emotions and also what emotional support and healing do you need right now. So if you're interested in getting a private reading, you can tap in via Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle. Down below in the description box, you see the info where you can send in your coin and get into it. So guys, here's the thing. This is a new moon in Cancer. So this new moon, whereas new moons are typically times of manifestation and creation and doing new things, we're going to be creating something, but this new moon is specifically going to be very emotional. It's going to be a lot about how you can mother yourself. It's going to be a lot about your inner child. How has your inner child been controlling you emotionally? How have you been neglecting your inner child emotionally? This is going to be a really, really important time for us to just tap into our emotions, our emotional needs, our personal relationships, and, you know, really kind of even do some heart chakra work possibly. But this is definitely going to be a time to tap in emotionally. And you guys know the energies of the new moon or full moon are going to be available for us 3 days before and 3 days after. So we have a whole week of this energy. So make sure you guys tap in and get a personal reading so you can get into the tea and figure out what this is going to be meaning for you specifically. But this is definitely going to be a time to just ask yourself, what have you been feeling? What have you been denying? What types of feelings and emotions are you okay with? What types of feelings or emotions are you not trying to feel anymore? Like, what have you been feeling for too long? Where do you need to nurture yourself? Where are you distracting yourself so you don't have to nurture yourself? Okay, let's get into it. I think with this new moon, we're going to have to create some new boundaries, create some new routines, create some new thought processes, and just find better ways to deal with our emotions. You know, stop holding your emotions in. Like, this is definitely going to be the year to stop holding your emotions in. Speak your truth, say what you want, set your boundaries, let it be known what you want, where you're going, how you feel. You know, just be very, very bold about those things. I think this is going to be a time where we're going to be seeing that benefit more than ever. So I have a bunch of decks. We're going to go deck by deck, guys. I haven't pulled any cards already to get into it. So yes, I hope you guys have been doing good. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection and, you know, just getting my mind right. I'm going to be 30 next year. So I feel like I've been in a space of just like, what the fuck is going on in my life? Probably for the last couple of years, you know, like the end of your 20s is always a time of really, really deep reflection. And I've definitely been in that space. And, you know, I do what I've always wanted to do. Nothing. You know, when I'm in a space of needing to take a break, honey, I take a break. And I really needed a break. But I'm really, really glad that I took one. I feel like I have a lot more focus and a lot more direction. And there's a lot more that I'm going to be able to do. You know, the more I work on myself, the more things I'm able to touch, the more things that are in my grasp, the more I take that time to give myself what I need. So yes, we're going to start with some affirmation cards, of course. But I also wanted to let you guys know about the Canva and content class. So I decided to do this a couple of weeks ago and I dropped it and talked about it, but I haven't been here. I haven't seen you guys in a couple of weeks. So maybe you guys aren't aware of it, but if you're a content creator, an entrepreneur, a business owner, an influencer, if you just want to know how to work Canva and content creation so you can become a content creator for other brands or what have you, get into this Canva and content class that I'm going to be doing on July 19th. It's going to be a 2-hour Zoom, not counting the Q&A session that we're going to have later. We're going to have a Q&A session afterwards, so it may end up being like, you know, 2.5 hours depending on the questions that you guys have. But I'm going to tell you all things Canva, all things ebooks, all things digital design, all things YouTube creation, TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. I think we're going to get into. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of information. If you have been struggling with content, then get into it. And it's only $45. And you're going to get a Canva guide as well to just kind of help you throughout the process. So get into it. I definitely should have been talking about it more, but I will be doing some content about designing and, you know, surviving in the digital age as a business owner and things like that. So just be on the lookout for that. I'm kind of getting you guys caught up to date with everything. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. If you guys are interested, you can go on my Instagram at Real Pixie and you'll see where you can sign up and tap into the course. if you want to do the Canva and content course that we're going to be doing. And I believe I've been sharing it on here. Well, no, not I believe. I know I've been sharing it on here. So if you go on the community tab and scroll down, you'll see the flyers. So get into it. If you're interested, get into it. So yeah, I'm just keeping you guys caught up to date with everything because like I said, it's been a minute. And I missed you guys. I don't know. I just really could not make content. I really was not in a space to do so. And I just honor that. I think that's the best thing to do. And I feel like I definitely have a lot more clarity for sure, as always. And the things that I've needed to take care of, I've been able to take care of them, which is really great. So let's go ahead and get into this, guys. 3 affirmation cards to get us started. What is this new moon in Cancer telling us in the collective? So first things first, life is simple and easy. Love it. Life is simple and easy. All that I need to know at any given moment is revealed to me. I trust myself and I trust life. All is well. All that I need to know at any given moment is revealed to me. I trust myself and I trust life. All is well. Life is simple and easy. I love this. I love this. I love this. I listen with love to my body's messages. I love this as well. I listen with love to my body's messages. My body is always working towards optimum health. My body wants to be whole and healthy. I cooperate and become healthy, whole, and complete. Some of us have been saying, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take care of myself. And you haven't been doing it. Sometimes you nurturing yourself or you mothering yourself looks like you making sure you eat the right stuff. Looks like you making sure you're active. Looks like you are actually doing the things that you say you want to do. If you want to make an appointment, make it. If you want to do this, do it. If you want to seek help, get into it. Find something that you can do to make you feel better physically. If you haven't been feeling better physically, sometimes, one of the reasons we love our mothers so much is because they make us feel good. You know, a good mom has a remedy for everything, has a way to make anything feel better. So work on making yourself feel better in this time. Again, my body is always working towards optimum health. My body wants to be whole and healthy. I cooperate and become healthy, whole, and complete. Beautiful. And the last one is I love and approve of myself. I love and approve of myself. I appreciate all that I do. I am good enough just as I am. I speak up for myself. I ask for what I want. I claim my power. I appreciate all that I do. I am good enough just as I am. I speak up for myself. I ask for what I want and I claim my power. Great affirmation, of course. So love and approve of yourself. Know that life is simple and easy. All is well. And again, I listen to my body's messages. So I think this is really beautiful to start us off with. Of course, life is simple and easy. You know, do what you can to release stress. Do what you can to calm yourself down. Like I said, the energy of, moms just making everything better. The energy of being able to take care of yourself and all of your worries are taken care of. Some of us need to learn how to self-soothe. Some of us need to take this time to figure out, when I'm in spaces of confusion, how can I really convince myself that it's going to be okay? If you have issues with convincing yourself that everything is really fine, if you have issues with really believing that things are what they're supposed to be for you, then you need to do a little bit of mothering, because your mom is supposed to be the one that says, you can do anything. You're this, you're creative, you're capable, you're this, you're strong. You can do anything. You have to do that for yourself. And if you don't, then chances are you're looking for that in other things, to kind of validate for you that you're good enough or worthy enough of whatever. But you are that just as you are, so really pour into yourself when you're in those moments and believe what you need to believe about yourself. Have faith that the things that you're telling yourself about you are the truth. If you know you can do it, if you know it can happen for you, then know that and trust that above everything. Okay? Let me get into it, guys. Now, this was the Power Thought cards by Louise Hay. You guys know I love these. These were the affirmation cards. Now we're going to get into the Energy Oracle. You guys know I always use this deck, the Energy Oracle. So let's get into it, guys. Let's see what we're going to have. I am starting off every deck with like a cold deck. And I call it a cold deck. Obviously, I'm sure this is probably what other readers call it. But when you take a deck out of the case, it's literally cold. It's cold. It hasn't been touched. It's a little chilled. So you have to warm it up with a couple of shuffles. But let's go ahead and see what we have. Now, I'm going to use this because I usually don't. Third chakra. Okay, third chakra. This is our solar plexus chakra. This is all about self-esteem, your self-confidence, how you view yourself, thinking that you're able to do things, knowing that you can do things. So some of us, your inner child has been acting up and your inner child may be very, very insecure. Your inner child may be in a space where they feel hopeless. Your inner child may be in a space where they feel like I'm not big enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm not fast enough, I'm not this, that, and the third enough. Okay? And also the garden and the gate. This is about being patient. So maybe you guys, maybe this is the root of it. Patience. The more patient you are, the more you'll be able to accept the current space that you're in and know that it's on the way. When you're impatient, it's easy to look around and be like, I'm never going to get there because of this, because of this, because of this, versus enjoying the process or just being able to wait, because not too many people enjoy the process of waiting. Like, let's be real. You don't have to enjoy the process of waiting to just wait on God. It's not about enjoying it. It doesn't say wait in enjoyment. And it might say wait in enjoyment. It does say praise while you wait, so you should do that. But of course you're ready for it right now. But you have to see that as excitement. You have to see that as motivation, as inspiration, as a reminder of how real it is. Your blessing should be so real to you that you can taste it and feel it and see it. And that's what gets you excited. That's why you're able to be happy about it. That's why you're able to speak the affirmations and believe them and speak things into your life, because you know that it's on the way. So being in this garden of the gate energy, y'all already, you can see it, you can taste it, you can smell it. You know exactly what you want down to a T. Some of y'all may even have a business plan literally written out. Girl, go grab that notebook, okay? Go get the notebook. Some of you may literally already know exactly what you want to do. You may already have a plan, but you can't rest in the waiting period. You're ready to step into it right now, and maybe you're feeling like it's now or never. And why do you feel like that? Why do you feel like it's now or never? I think that's a very harmful frame of thought, of course, because we don't ever really get things when we want them. We always get things when we need them, and needs and wants are different for a reason. If we wanted all of our needs, there would be no point for the two things to have different names. Your needs are not your wants. So of course you're going to want things, and it may not be time for you to step into them. But again, that's why we have this inner child energy. Didn't I say heart chakra? Stop playing with me. Fourth chakra, heart chakra. Get into it. Do some heart chakra work. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? What's been affecting what I'm feeling? And we have indecision. So if you're unable to make decisions, it could be because of your heart chakra. Now, your heart chakra rules jealousy, trust issues, your relationship to everything, money, your parents, yourself, past relationships, your trauma, everything. So all of your relationships, there could have been a long line of you not really trusting your judgment, not really believing yourself, being betrayed, having what you thought, be something different in front of your face, not really being able to, trust that, hey, I made a bad decision, but it doesn't mean that I can't make a good decision. For some of us, now look, we always get to a point of indecision in our lives. We always get to a point where we have to make a decision. But for some of us, it breaks your heart to make a decision. It really, really breaks your heart to make a decision. It really breaks your heart to make the choice, the hard choice that you already know. It breaks your heart to do it. So unpack that. Why does it break your heart to make the choice? And maybe that's what we're going to be getting into. Why does it break your heart to make the choice? I'm going to pull one more of these and we're going to get into another deck. I feel like this is a read that's building. I feel like this is a read that's very, very buildable. It's a lot that we're getting into. We have patience, of course, and that's the last card I pulled. So let's move on. Patience. Again, be patient. Be patient. Heart chakra. Tap into what you love. Tap into what makes you feel the most worthy. What makes you feel the most worthy? What makes you feel the most worthy, collective? And why are you doubting yourself? Why are you doubting yourself, and what makes you feel the most worthy? If you didn't have someone to instill your worth in you, it's going to be very hard for you to learn to love yourself, love others, and love the process. So instill that in yourself, because I had those things instilled in me when I was growing up in my childhood, and it was still hard for me to accept my worth. I still let people treat me any kind of way. I still doubt myself. I still doubt myself now. These are things that I've worked to work on and heal and maintain, but child, it is hard. So you have to give yourself the one up on your trauma, on your issues, on the stuff that's holding you back, because you're gonna be fighting that shit regardless. It's gonna be a fight. So you can't ever lay down. You have to always have your mind in a space where you're able to know what you're supposed to be doing and what you're supposed to be stepping into. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into some cards. This is the Angel Answers. I'm trying to show you guys the decks because you guys are always like, what deck is it? This is the Angel Answers. These are decks that I always use, but I do have a few that I haven't used in a while, so let's get into that. And I am still going to be doing that tarot card giveaway. I have a lot of tarot decks that I am going to be giving away, so I am going to be doing that. I'm probably going to just do a quick YouTube video about it that just says tarot card giveaway, talking about the instructions, but I am going to be doing that soon. All right, we have reconsider. Let's get into what we're reconsidering. And we have that indecision. So I feel like some of you guys are going to have to, like, you're going to have to reconsider. You're going to have to second guess doubting yourself. You're going to have to second guess questioning yourself, you know. When you second guess yourself, it usually doesn't work out. All right. And I think that's what we're going to see. So we have reconsider, success, romance, and unlikely. Reconsider, success, romance, and unlikely. Okay. So I definitely think, obviously, romance, we're going to be getting into that more a little bit later, I'm sure. Romance. Of course, we have romance popping up with this new moon in Cancer, honey. Of course. This is putting a magnifying glass on your relationships. What have you allowed in relationships? It's probably a representation of what you were taught about love, respect, things like that. That is directly affecting your heart chakra. Some of us were born into families where the love was broken to begin with. So if that was you, then you have to fight for your life. You know, that means mom and dad are always fighting. You're always seeing arguing. You're not learning forgiveness. You're not seeing true love. You're not seeing that in front of you. Because even if you do have that, it's hard still to get in good relationships. It's hard still to be the bigger person in relationships. Like, so don't think that you'll never be able to get it together. Don't think that you'll never be able to have a healthy love or see love differently or really get what you want because of what you've been taught or how you are. Don't believe that. You can always do it, because no matter what you were raised in, it's hard for everybody. Just know that. And again, we have unlikely. So like I said, we have this reconsider. So some of us, maybe you're considering stepping back into something or second guessing yourself or what have you. You're always going to get the outcome that you're supposed to get when you're stepping into something that you're not supposed to be stepping into. You're going to get what you're supposed to get, you know, whether that means getting lied to again, getting played again, connecting with the same person that you said you didn't want to connect with, but now you're meeting this person and other people. You know, we have to really, really be mindful of how we choose to make these decisions, because a lot of us, if we're dealing with stuff like this and we're struggling emotionally, it's super easy to try to distract yourselves with friends, romance, different people, different things, you know, just to have something so you aren't left to sit there and deal with, you know, this is the reason that I'm alone, or this is the reason that I feel alone, even though I have people around me. Some of us have people around us and we still feel alone. You know, what's that about? I think we should move on, but I'm still going to pull one more card. We have forgiveness. Okay, great. I'm glad I pulled another card. Forgiveness. So forgiveness, I feel, is going to be big. I feel forgiveness is going to be big because, of course, how can you repair a relationship with a broken parent? How can you forgive or repair a relationship with a broken friend, or with even with yourself? Forgiveness. Some of us have to forgive ourselves for some stuff. And again, that's that mother energy. Your mom should always forgive you. Always. Your mom should always forgive you and know where you're coming from, because there's a chance that your issues are their issues. It's a chance that they've experienced what you're going through. Let's get into the tea leaf oracle, guys. I keep forgetting to show y'all the cards. Tea leaf oracle. Let's get into it, child. I also have the romance oracle, guys. So I'm glad we pulled a card about romance, because we're going to be getting into some romance. Okay, let me give y'all some good news. Happiness and well-being. Let me give y'all some good news before everybody's like, what the fuck? Happiness and well-being, sugar. Let's get into it. Bo, you are highly thought of. Great. So I feel some of us just need to remember how other people see us. You know, other people may see you as the light of the party, the happiest person, the most beautiful person, the person that taught them about love, and yet you're having issues loving yourself. We also have bold, plenty of material things. So there's no lack. People think very highly of you, and you also have a lot of stuff. You know, you have a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of people that think highly of you. We also have target, a goal-oriented person. A goal-oriented person. You're goal-oriented. You can do what you set out to do even if no one believes in you, because you're goal-oriented. You know, I think this spread to me is just kind of reminding us of what we have, reminding us of, you know, what we have to offer, and just, you know, challenging us to be grateful. I think gratitude is a great segue into forgiveness, because when you can be grateful for what you've learned, for what you've had to go through, when you can be grateful for what that showed you, for, you know, what you know now to avoid, what you know now to get out of, that changes your perception about it. And it doesn't necessarily make things good, but it allows you to accept it a little bit easier instead of forever trying to change it in your mind. Some of us, we spend all day trying to change the past in our mind, thinking about the past over and over again and wondering, why did I make this decision? I wish I could change it. I wish I could change it. I wish I could change it. Newsflash. Do you see her anywhere? You're not gonna. I know y'all seen that. But newsflash. You can't go back. You can't go back. You can't go back. You can't do anything about the past but accept it. And that seems like such an easy thing, but I think it's very, very powerful to just really remind yourself of that fact that you cannot change the past. Whatever has happened has happened. So it's time's up for feeling bad. It's time's up for feeling guilty. It's time's up for feeling regretful. Lay all of that stuff to rest and get rid of all of that stuff. You don't have to keep feeling like that. That's another thing, letting your inner child improperly lead you, because inner child, of course your inner child is holding on to that guilt and fear and embarrassment and cringe. You know, of course your inner child is holding on to that, but you don't have to feel that way. You don't have to feel that way. And a part of you knows that because you're highly thought of. So even when you make mistakes, people might not think you're a terrible, horrible person. And even if some people do, so you're not that. There are people that know you for who you are. There are people that see light when they look at you. We have Candle, you will be shown the way, so stop stressing. You will be shown the way. Cancer is also a very intuitive energy. You know, emotional and intuitive energy go hand in hand because your emotions go hand in hand with your gifts. The things that you feel, you know, psychics first recognize that they have gifts because they can feel it in their bones when something happens. They feel their intuition in their gut. And the more you push that to the back, the more you ignore it, the harder it is for you to step into those abilities again, you know. So some of us need to get back in touch with our intuitive instincts that, you know, affect us physically. We need to get back in touch with that so we can know where we're going. And so we can really, really listen to our gut and listen to our discernment. Some of us really cannot trust our judgment. And that's a really, really dangerous place to be in. Because when you don't trust your judgment, honey, anybody can make you believe anything. And that is a dangerous place to be in. We also have sorrow over a loss. Sorrow over a loss. So there could possibly be something that we haven't gotten over. There could possibly be someone or something that we're grieving. We also have Pen, new job or career. So we may have a new job on the way. And then we also have Scissors, disappointment in some affair. Disappointment in some affair. So I feel like we could definitely be in a space where some of this disappointment could possibly be coming from something that we have to walk away from. I feel like we're grieving something that we had to say goodbye to, whether it's a relationship, someone passing away, whether it's, you know, a job that you have to walk away from or security that you have to walk away from. But I feel like we were at a point where we didn't even want it anyway. You know, some of us ask for something new, or every fiber in our being wants something new. We just can't say it out of our mouths. And then the things align for us to step into something new and we're like, I don't want nothing new. It's like, yes, you do. Stop acting like you don't want nothing new and you do. Like, sometimes some of us need to ask ourselves that. Why am I acting like I don't want nothing new? I know I want something new. I know I'm not getting enough here. I know that there's more that I need to step into. So why am I acting like this is enough for me when I know it ain't? Why am I acting like this is enough for me when every time I'm with these people, I'm thinking in my head, why am I here? When every time I'm arguing with them and it's ending the same way, I'm thinking, why am I wasting my time with this? When every time I give them a new chance to prove something wrong or, you know, prove me wrong and they disappoint me again, I'm thinking, why am I here? And then something happens and you have to remove this person from your life and you spend a year grieving it. Ain't that a little crazy? I don't know. I think that's a little strange to me. I think that we need to unpack the attachment that we have to things that are just there, you know, because it's easy to love something just because it's there. You know, I've loved a lot of people, a lot of things just because they were there. And I just wanted something there. I didn't really care what was there. I just needed something there. Like I said, that's a dangerous place to be in because, again, anybody can make you believe anything. Anybody can make you believe that you're supposed to be here. You've been here for 3 years, but you've been suffering for 3 years. You've been mentally suffocated for 3 years. You don't even know where you've been. You haven't even come up for air yet to recognize, oh my God, what have I been allowing this person to do to me, to say to me, to make me feel? What have I been allowing this job? How have I been allowing this job to just, you know, distort my vision of what I'm supposed to be stepping into? How am I allowing my family to make me continue to feed this insecurity within me? What have I been doing? What have I been doing? Some of us need to ask ourselves that, but guess what? You keep distracting yourself, you'll never ask yourself that. You'll never ask yourself, why am I so uncomfortable? What's really happening here? Okay? Sometimes things are brought out of our life, not sometimes, all the times. It's brought out of our lives because it's supposed to be. Okay? So, you know, be open to gracefully grieving something. Give yourself 72 hours, get it out, feel it, and then move forward. And I mean that for everything, unless somebody passes away. Somebody passes away, you take your time with that. Anything else? Child, move on from that. Move on from it. Give yourself 3 days to grieve it and move on from it, because the gag is you're always going to be reminded of those things. Just like I mentioned before, life is going to give you struggles. Don't you beat yourself up. If you know that if someone causes you like pain, like deep pain, of course you're going to be thinking about that every now and then. Of course you're going to be triggered by that in the future, whenever. But, you don't have to spend your everyday thinking about it, because it's going to come up if it needs to come up. If it has to come up and you need to deal with it, then okay, it will. But that's not your business to torture yourself every day with memories from the past, okay? We have Moonology Oracle cards. Moonology Oracle cards, that's where we're going to be getting into our Moonology deck. I haven't used this Moonology deck in a minute, but I really, really love it. And all of these cards can be found on Amazon, guys. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. It's time to take action. I love this. Like, get it together. Take action. It's still a new moon now. Don't forget. This new moon in Cancer may be getting us a little messed up because we're thinking, oh, we're feeling all these emotions. But It's still a new moon, honey. You know, a new moon is blank slate, new beginning, fresh start. Yeah. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. You can have something new in romance if you like. I hope that's motivation for us to get it together. You can have something new in romance if you want to right now. You just have to make the decision to do that. And I think you're going to be really, really happy about it. Of course, emotions are running high, supermoon. Emotions are running high, supermoon. Ask yourself how you can prepare to step into something new romantically. Heart chakra work is going to be very important. Look up some heart chakra work. I have a chakra playlist on here that you can look up, and I have a full video about heart chakra work. I have a couple videos about it, so get into it or look it up anywhere. Get into it and really, really heal your heart so you can be open to new romance. Forgive yourself from the past. Forgive others. You know, understand what kind of partner you would like to be. Work on what you need to heal so you can become that kind of partner. And ask yourself the hard questions. And no matter how difficult it is or how long it takes you to figure out or how confused you get, work your way through it. Because you don't need to be with nobody. You don't. You don't need to be with nobody. You don't need to start nothing. You don't need to take no big leap of faith. Get your mind right. And it doesn't take a month to get your mind right. It may. But it's all up to you. If you say, you know what, I'm going to figure this out right now, then you'll figure it out. Start journaling, go see your therapist, do some meditation, do some prayer, have a vent session. Some of us, we're trying to figure something out and we can't even speak it out of our mouths. We're trying to get to the bottom of something and we haven't even prayed about it or asked anything about it, asked anybody about it, because we have so much guilt and shame about it. You know, you have an opportunity to make peace with whatever you're feeling. You have an opportunity to bring it to the forefront and get it out. When you can feel it and heal it, you will be done with it. At the most, just be sad for a week. You could be sad for a week or be down for a couple of weeks. Make sure you have your support system, you know, reach out to some friends, because it may be hard purging stuff and dealing with stuff that you never dealt with before, but you don't have to do it alone. And as you do it, it's hard, yes, but you feel better and better about it. Like, the sadness and the sorrow is just a human thing that we have to experience for our spirit being freed. You are being freed from that stuff when you feel it. And when you say, I don't care how bad it hurts, I want to feel it so I can get it over with. You know, it's literally like being afraid of the monster. And imagine if you're afraid of a monster and the monster is growing every 60 seconds. And the sooner you open the door, you can deal with the monster because it's small. But if you stay in there scared for 30 minutes, it's going to be 30 times bigger. And you're going to be way more scared when you open the door. Your issues are the same thing. These emotional baggage is the same thing. These heart blockages are the same thing. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So you need to open it up and deal with it right now. Whatever size it's gotten to right now, it's there. So deal with it. Start somewhere. That's the most important thing. Start somewhere. If you start somewhere, you'll be surprised by how much you're able to get done. Seriously. There are people that have been addicted to hard drugs for years, and they go to a 90-day program and get clean. 10 years of addiction, 90-day program. 5 years of addiction, 90-day program. And I know because I be watching Intervention. Okay. People go to a program. People may go to a program 6 months and begin to undo. Begin. Not complete. Begin to undo things that have taken 25 years. Like, the power of healing is so much stronger than the power of the trauma. All you need is a little bit of healing to really start to wipe that stuff out. So start it. Try it. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised by how much you get done once you start. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Stop being prideful. Stop acting like you don't want to cry. Stop acting like you don't want to be sad. Stop acting like you don't want to tell nobody you need help. Ask for help. Ask for help. I really had to ask for help, you know. in my period away from you guys, from my support system, I really had to ask for help. And I am someone that never really likes to ask for help. And I think this probably was the first time that I really asked for help as much as I could. And really utilized every resource that I could to really take control of my situation and take control of my life. And I think that you have to do that, because the alternative is just letting those things grow to the point where you cannot control them. And that is what you don't want. We also have the end to a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn, the end to a tough cycle approaches. So if you're ready to stop suffering and struggling and being sad and being down and beating yourself up and feeling insecure and crying every night and letting people abuse you and thinking you wrong and feeling guilty and feeling scared, girl, come on now, get into it. The end of a tough cycle approaches. This is the time to do it. This is the time to say, you know what? What's making me feel like this? When did I start feeling like this? Why am I not able to love myself? Why am I not able to love the journey? Why am I letting people do me like this? What do I really need right now? What do I really want right now? You know? Be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. You'll be surprised at what you find. We're going to get into your Work Your Light, and we have 2 more decks. Work Your Light Oracle. Let's get into it. How has this read been for you guys? I feel like I really enjoyed this read. How has this read been for y'all? Let's get into it. Let me know how you guys are enjoying. Also, remember, we're doing the $30 private new moon and Cancer readings. We're going to be talking about what emotional support and healing do you need right now. It's $30. Make sure you put your Instagram or your email in the payment notes so you can get your reading. And I always send the readings the same day, unless you order at night, because at night I'll be in the bed. But in the morning, I got you. So yes, guys, let's get into it. Again, if you want a private reading to get deeper into your specifics, and I know this was a very specific drag for everybody, but if you want to get a little more specific into your situation, then you can go ahead and do that. And also, if you want to tell me a little bit about what you have going on in relationships or whatever, so we can specifically look into those things, then we can get into that as well. You can have a more specific understanding of what's going on. And you can just put that in the payment notes, or you can send me a DM on Instagram and I'll see it and get into it at Real Pixie. All right, let's go ahead, guys, and get into the tea. I have to do a little bit of chatting because y'all know I gotta warm the deck up, and I am not rushing warming up my decks. Also, guys, we're in the last, well, second to last reading assignment for All About Love in the book club. So if you're interested in finishing this book with us or just being here while we start the next one, then tap in at Enlightened Reads. Alrighty, we have Starseed. What lights you up? What lights you up? So thinking about what gives your inner child the most freedom, what gives your inner child the most peace, what lights you up. Also, we have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. So you're being divinely guided. God has his hands on you. Do not be scared. You is okay. Do not be scared. You is okay. Do not be scared. You is okay. You're being divinely guided. Okay. You're being divinely guided. Also, lastly, we have deep replenishment. Retreat, rest, and be held. Retreat, rest, and be held. For some of us, like I said, ask for help. Get help, retreat. Some of y'all may need to take some days off of work. You may need to take some time with your friends, take some time with your loved ones, take some time with yourself. Do whatever you need to do to get your mind right and really connect with yourself on a deep level. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Very plainly, what is not aligned or needs to change? What isn't in alignment? What do you want? What's bringing you happiness? What's motivating you? What's inspiring you? What's, giving you the motivation that you need to keep moving forward and not stop? Make sure you're really tapping into that energy. Make sure you're really tapping into that and releasing what needs to change. Releasing what cannot sustain. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, and teacher. Priestess, mystic, and teacher. Beautiful. Love that. Really give yourself some time to connect with the people around you. You are destined to heal and then help others heal as well. And remember that healing is a lifelong journey. We're never going to be healed, past tense. We're always going to have something to heal from, to get over, to make peace with. And the more you're able to do that with your support system, because I guarantee you people are leaning on you already. So lean on them as well. Connect with the people in your life so you guys can support each other and help each other move forward. And we have Goddess Dream Oracle. This is the last deck that we have before we get into our romance cards. I wanted to wrap up with romance. Y'all already know. Let's get into the Goddess Oracle deck. I really love this Oracle deck. This deck is very cold. I haven't used this deck in a minute. But yes, guys, I think this new moon will be a really great chance to just, connect with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Talk to yourself about the things you've done. Talk to yourself about how you feel about what's happened to you. Talk to yourself about who you forgave that you really ain't forgive. Talk to yourself about what you over, but you really ain't over. really make peace with yourself about the things that you've been experiencing, and be real with yourself. If you're not being real with anybody else, you have to be real with yourself. Talking about your problems, crying, being vulnerable, you don't have to do that to anybody. You don't. You just have to do it with you. Stop being embarrassed about talking about your feelings. If you're embarrassed to talk about your feelings, I know you're not talking about them with yourself. Talk to yourself about what you're feeling and make peace with them. Don't talk about it and be like, oh my God, I'm so weird. Why am I thinking this? Why am I feeling this? My feelings are wrong. No. Really talk to yourself. What am I feeling? Am I being triggered from something in my past? Or is this something else that's happening right now? Make it make sense. We have passion, burning with life's passion. Burning with life's passion. I love this card. This is so beautiful. And I think that you guys are really feeling that. I think that there's a lot that y'all want to do. Like I mentioned, you have the plan. I think it's a lot that y'all want to do. It's a lot that we want to accomplish. We have it within us. We have that fire within us. But what are we allowing to dim the fire? What are we seeing dim our fire and we're not saying anything about it? What are we knowing is stopping us from being at our best and we're not doing anything about it? Trust. All is as it should be. I love this card. This is so beautiful. All is as it should be. So trust God. Trust the process. Know that everything is as it should be. And like I said, nurture yourself. Support yourself. Mother yourself. Tell yourself it's going to be okay. Spiritual insight. Sacredness. Get in touch with your intuition. Get in touch with some prayer. Get in touch with the book of Psalms. Ask God to really show you the way. Ask God to heighten your discernment. Tell God that you can be trusted, with intuitive messages. Tell God that you're ready for the messages, you're ready for the downloads, you're ready for the answers. Because a lot of us have been getting answers, but we like, no thanks. We don't accept the answers. We don't accept the red flags. The red flags are intuitive messages. It's discernment. It's signs. So tell God that you're ready and really be ready. Tell God that you're ready and be ready, because the signs are going to start popping up. We know they pop up. Transformation. Be open to change. There's certain things that you're going to have to change about yourself. And for a lot of us, we know that. And that's why we haven't started doing nothing, because we're not really ready to change. And if you're not really ready to change, then I'm sorry I wasted your time with this video, child, because there's really nothing that you can do until you're ready to change. Come back and watch it when you're ready to change. Okay? Come back and watch it when you're ready to change. Book a releasing session so we can get deep into what you need to let go of. But you have to be ready to have a new life and a new outlook on life. And if you're not, then why the hell not? Why do you want to keep feeling how you feel when you know you can feel great and feel awesome every day? Like, there are people that wake up every day and feel great, and they're so grateful for another day, another chance, another opportunity. And if you do not feel like that, you have to do something about it. You have to do something about it, because life is too short to not absolutely enjoy every single day and every single opportunity and every single point of love and friendship and community, because that is what life is about. Seriously, that is what life is about. That is what life is about. So ask yourself, am I ready to change? Am I ready to forgive myself? Am I ready to let go of this anger? Am I ready to let go of what I've been holding on to? Get into it. And lastly, we have happiness, joy of life. Happiness, joy of life. So what is the value of happiness to you? What is the value of happiness to you? How important is happiness to you? Is it very important? Is it not that important? Does it depend on how you feel? Does it depend on what you got going on this month? How important is it to you to be in a space of happiness? Really ask yourself that. Really ask yourself that. Because if it is, then you should have been willing to do the work. You got to be willing to do the work. And if it's important for you to be happy, then you got to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to do the work, because that's how you step into it, That is exactly how you step into it. Let's go ahead, guys, and get into our romance cards. And this is the Romance Angel Oracle cards. The Romance Angel Oracle cards. I hope you guys have enjoyed this message. I've enjoyed chatting with you guys and getting some downloads off. And I'm looking forward to stepping into everything. Remember, business owners, if you're interested, the Canva and Content course is going to be on July 19th. So get into it, book your seat, get your spot, so we can get into it. All right, guys, these are going to be some messages just about romance. Just about romantic love, some things to keep in mind about romantic love, some things that we are being shown. All right, let's get into it. Ooh, release your ex. I'm not lying. That's what it say. You see that? You see that? Yeah. Release your ex. This is you, girl. This is you. Whoever this is you. This is you, child. Like, oh my God. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy, okay? This could be an ex anything, you know, an ex-friend, an ex-partner, maybe even not even somebody you were in a relationship with, an ex-crush, an ex-potential, whatever it is. Release this. Clear your energy. When you hold on to the past, that stuff is blocking up your energy. You only have 100% of your energy. You can't go over that. So if you're giving 50% of your energy to this past relationship, 50% to this past ex-best friend, 50% to the job opportunity you missed, 50% to this, you don't even got that many 50s. Now we in other people's energy. Now you're using other people. Now you're being mean to people. Now you're being nasty to people. Because that's what happens. When you utilize all of your energy on grudges, on frustration, on doubt, on insecurities, you are looking for something else to get some of that energy from because you're depleted, okay? So for some of us, the past has quite literally been draining you. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. We have that message about romance and that a new romantic cycle is beginning. So decide what you want. It's coming now. Some of y'all are about to be in a season of manifestation. And every now and then we're in seasons of manifestation where whatever you want just happens. So, or whatever you're thinking about just happens. So for some of us, we attract our energy and we are the most powerful at different times. And some of us don't know when we're powerful. For some of us, we're the most powerful when we're our saddest because we believe the sadness more than the happiness. For some of us, we're our most powerful when we're our happiest because when we're our happiest, we have all the faith in the world. That's where our belief is. We trust that. So whatever energy you trust the most, whatever energy is home for you, when you're in that energy, that is when you're the most powerful. So if you feel the most you, when you're insecure, when you're doubting yourself, when you're in these bad relationships, that's why you can't leave them because you don't feel like yourself when you're gone. You don't know who you are without them. You're going to be manifesting those same things over and over and over again. Decide what you want right now because it's on the way very soon. So it's up to you if you're going to get a great relationship next or a mess. Hello, it's up to you if you're going to get a great best friend or the same person that stabbed you in the back and then flipped the knife over and tried to stick the handle in your back. Okay? Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay, great. So if you've been taught different things based on your religious or your spiritual upbringing that are affecting how you feel in relationships, I think that this could be a very, very important message to just be mindful of how your upbringing has affected how you feel about love, how you felt about your relationships, how you felt about intimacy, how you felt about, even being open and communicating with the person that you're with. These things are definitely affecting how you show up in relationships. So ask yourself about that. Ask yourself about how that's influencing how you feel. Our last two cards, we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. It's time to disconnect from the world. So take some time away. And mind you, this person is retreating with, this is husband and wife retreating away. So I think that retreat doesn't always have to be lonely. When I was in my space of, retreating, I was talking to my support system every day. I just wasn't talking to nobody else. So if you're a part of someone's support system, of course, I'm going to be checking in with you. I want you to know how I'm feeling. I want you to know what I'm discovering. It's not something for me to share with everybody, but retreating doesn't have to mean 100% isolation. Sometimes it does, but in spaces like this, sometimes it means really, really connecting with your, support system and taking time away from everything else. Also, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. So I really, 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 really love this message. It is safe for you to love. This is so, so, so beautiful. And just something to really, really know. A lot of y'all are afraid to love. Like I said, you're afraid to feel these things. You rather just feel it and push it down. But you are strong enough to feel these things. And it is safe for you to love. You want to be feeling these things in a space where you have the support, you have the love, because you're going to feel it anyway. You rather feel insecure next to somebody who you can be like, you know what, I'm feeling insecure. And they'll list to you 12 reasons why you don't have to be insecure. And they'll let you know, I know why you're feeling insecure and it's fine, but here are reasons why you can't. And if you want to keep talking about it, we can. If you want to do something to shift your mood, we can. What do you need right now? That's the type of environment that you want to have a bad day in, not when you're by yourself and you have nobody to call on, okay? So it's safe for you to love because what you're doing right now isn't safe. If you're so scared, it's because you're in an environment of survival already. That's why you're scared. But love is a safe space for you. Love is a safe space for you. And when you're in survival mode, it's hard to believe or hard to know what is safe, but love is a safe space for you. So yes, guys, I hope you enjoyed this message. I feel like this was a really, really, really good drag down read about this new space that we're stepping into where we have to feel differently about life. We have to feel differently about ourselves. We have to feel differently about our emotions and about honoring them and about respecting what we want and we have to get what we want. This is the time to really, really do it. And this is the time to ask ourselves, why haven't I? Why haven't I been getting what I want? And what does that mean? And what can I do to change that? So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you're interested in getting a private new moon and Cancer reading, check down below in the description box. The reading is $30. We're going to be getting into how you can honor your emotions and also what emotional support and healing you need right now. Get into it. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. I thank you guys for being here. And I hope you appreciate this message. Let me know as always how you feel about it in the comment section. I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Bless.